Bearded pygmy. One of the many pygmy chameleon species is the bearded pygmy, or Reptilian brevicordatus, who, like most members of their Rampholion family, doesn't live in trees. They are plainer than many other chameleons, only doing nominal color changing, generally staying at a muted tan or brown coloration. Living amongst leaves, however, that color is perfect for blending with their surroundings. When viewed from the side, the bearded pygmy has a similar color and shape as that of a small leaf. Usara pitted pygmy. Another small pygmy chameleon species is the Usara pygmy chameleon, or Rampholion temporalis. They share many of the same characteristics as species in their genus, and their coloration is generally brown, tan, or gray. They're lined with patterns that make them resemble a dead leaf. Many also have diagonal stripes lining their bodies. Their lips are flattened, resembling the beak of a bird, and, along with their long tails, distinguish them from other pygmies. While they're cheaper than many other chameleon species, acquirable for around $50, they require very specific humidity requirements. So, for proper care, they require an experienced reptile keeper. Carpet chameleons. An interesting type of panther chameleon found only on the island of Madagascar off the coast of eastern Africa is the brightly colored carpet chameleon, or Furcifer lateralis. They are versatile in terms of habitat and able to exist in high altitudes, deserts, and rainforests alike. While they're larger than the aforementioned pygmies, they're not as big as other chameleon species, but their subdued size is more than compensated for in their coloration. The carpet chameleons have dark patterns along any combination of green, red, blue, orange, yellow, or purple-colored bodies, along with spots on their sides. While they're not as expensive as some other chameleon breeds, they could still run nearly $200. Umbanya panther chameleon. Another popular breed of panther chameleon is the Umbanya, or Furcifer pardalis ssp. Like most other panther chameleons, the Umbanya is large and has a long prehensile tail to help it navigate in the trees. This species is hard to mistake for another, as they're a bright electric blue in color, though some have greens, reds, and purple mixed in. It's the blue colors that make them extremely popular chameleon pets. Their care isn't overly difficult, comparable to most other chameleon species, but due to their strict requirements of high humidity, as well as their hefty price tag, they're not the species recommended for beginners. Mellers chameleons. The Mellers chameleon, or Trioceros melleri, is another large lizard found in the eastern African regions of Tanzania, Malawi, and Mozambique. Outside of those found in Madagascar, these are the biggest chameleons in the world, growing to as long as 2 feet. They're large enough to hunt not only insects in the wild, but also birds. Their large size, as well as the single small horn on top of their snout, unlike the more traditional triad, also lend them the name of the giant one-horned chameleon. Their bodies are lined with yellow and green vertical bars. As far as care, this lizard needs expert levels of it. They are very sensitive to stress and respond poorly to subpar husbandry, so they're not a great breed for beginners to start with as their pets. Cagol chameleon. Another popular chameleon breed due to its small size, even at an adult age, and its shy temperament, is the Cagol chameleon, or Chameleon senegalensis. While they're larger than the pygmies, they're not as big as the panther chameleons. They have a very attractive look, though their colors vary based on their surroundings and their emotional state. Most are seen as soft but solid green, often with darker spots. While generally docile, they can be unnerved when handled, so their tolerance of being held is relatively low. Experienced keepers can, however, allow the Cagol chameleon to thrive as a pet, especially if they aren't interested in handling them. They also require high humidity to survive and stay healthy, so new keepers would have a tough time accommodating the proper setup. Fisher's chameleons. Found in the Ingu mountain regions of Tanzania, the Fisher's chameleons, or Kinyongia fisher ssp, are quite a unique chameleon species. Their exceptional long tails have some calling them monkey-tailed chameleons, and their two long horns have others referring to them as the Western Usara two-horned chameleon. Their coloration is generally a variety of green hues that can be as vivid as lime green, but also as dark as a greenish-brown. Flap-necked chameleons. The final chameleon on our list is a species popular with beginners, and it's the South African flap-necked chameleon. They're easy to house since they are tolerant of most humidity levels, making them easy for beginners to host. They're also not extremely large, so if a keeper does their research, these chameleons can be a particularly enjoyable breed to keep in the home. Their look is typical of most common chameleons, save the slaps on their neck which make them stand out. They have long tails, a small casque on top, and range in a variety of green coloring. Some even have a pattern that's either orange or brown. So, which of these chameleon species appeal most to your taste in reptiles and align most closely with your experience level? We hope that this was an informative piece that allows you to pick a subspecies of chameleon that stands out to you the most as a potential future pet.